to everybody. Christmas has been and gone. It's the 27th today, and yeah, it's cold. But Storm Bella has just passed. Apparently Storm Bella is still there. This is the remnants of it. There was a lot of rain overnight, but this was a sunny day. High tide is at 20 past 4, and it's about a 6.5 metre, I think. It's thereabouts. Don't quote me on it. It might be 6.4, but it's not a lot, is it? We are in Bay 27, and what I want to show you is it's possibly half an hour now after low water, and it's not so busy, which is good. That means that the cod rush might have gone. Now we're still in this lurgy business, and I don't really want to travel too far, but I think the next day I go fishing, or possibly I shall be hunting for a day where there's very little wind and obviously dry, so that I can go on the beach. I don't mind fishing in the rain if I'm there and it starts raining, but I'm not going in the rain, so I'll keep an eye out for a nice day, and I'm going to try the beach. It'll be Lincolnshire coast, so I don't know if there's any cod about. Cod normally skip it, but there'll be a different scenery. I am travelling to my closest point of call, which is only 30 odd miles away. So it's a bit more than that, but I'm saying 30. Well, it's not a lot more than that. I could say 40, but you know. So yeah, this is my closest point to fish. Looking forward to it, really, to be honest. Looking forward to it, but this wind is cutting. It is the wind is very cold, so I'm gonna have to put my coat on. I might have to put a t-shirt on underneath this, so get the layers on. Now what I wanted to show you is we're only half an hour, probably over now, since I've been rabbling on, over low water, and I'm in 27, and the water always hits Bay 28 first. So look, here's Bay 27. You can see where the water is. We've got the stanchions piled into the ground there, backed with concrete, and then there's rocks the other side. But we've literally got about 1.5 meters before the water's at the rocks. And if you go up here to Bay 28, we've got probably 2.5 meters, nearly 3 meters. Now, Bay 28 always gets the water first. Now, something's happened. Now, I don't know whether the water's been chundled, the mud has been chundled out here or what, I don't know. Is it the wind? But the wind is blowing onto my back. So it's blowing offshore, I suppose, is what you would say. So it isn't the wind that's blowing the water into this particular part. I don't understand what's happened. I really don't. It's amazing. So, and you can see it goes down to there and then it starts going back out. But normally, that bay down there where the red car is, that's normally water's in first there. So I don't know what's happened, but it's good. It gives another bay, doesn't it? So yeah, fishing Bay 27. There doesn't seem to be many cod about, and I am fishing for cod, but I'm a bit dubious about putting it in the title, because it seems as though I'm bullshitting, aren't I? That I am catching cod, and that is mainly what I am trying to catch, but they aren't here. I think they've gone on oldie. I haven't heard many catch reports. I did speak to a bloke last week in Bay 19, and he said he caught 3. but obviously that don't. A lot of fish, people are catching cod, but they aren't getting reported. So it's died off. But from what I remember, it always dies off in activity here come around the Christmas mark. So January and February should be, even though there's still cod in the river, January, February should still be quite quiet, hopefully. Like I say, this is my closest fishing mark, and it is where I'll come mostly for now, especially we're in tier 3, but we are allowed to fish in tier 3, so but I'm gonna have a travel to the coast, but I don't really want to leave my van on the road in these times because it's all written up with Yarmouth on it, and people might think that I've come from bloody Yarmouth when I haven't. So trying to think of places where I could go to fish, which are close. I can't. I've got somebody that has said that they'd let me park my vehicle on their drive, but that's not allowed in tier 3 either. You aren't allowed to have visitors. So even though I aren't visiting, and they'd probably meet me on the beach, it's not fair for me to put my van on the drive, because somebody might phone up and dob into the lurgy coppers, you know what I mean? So that's not even, I can't even do that. So I'm looking at places. Well, I don't mind off the road parking. I just don't want to park on the side of the road. So there's off-road parking. I could do Mog's Eye, but it'll just be a wasted trip. I could do Hut Off, but it'll be busy, really busy. And there's Trunch Lane. Well, you know what happened in Trunch Lane last time? You've got to get the bloody weather right there. There's a place called North Shore though. I could try that. So I've got a few things to think about where to go. I could go across the Hull, but they are in tier 3. But I am crossing counties. I'm coming out of Lincolnshire and going into Humberside or Yorkshire, whatever West Yorkshire into, let's be honest. So yeah, don't know what to do really. Normally this time of year I'd be up in the Lake District just recently, but that didn't happen either. So I'm gonna get set up now. I'm gonna get my rods set up, set this camera up on the tripod, and I'll jump over the side and start fishing, because why not? You can start fishing now. The time is 11 o'clock. That gives me 5 hours fishing plus a couple. Yeah, so I hope you've all had a good Christmas. I never did it in the video, working out which videos were gonna be up before Christmas. I should have preempted it, but I'm not that organised. So hope you've had a good Christmas, and well, by the time this come out, I hope you all have a happy new year and a prosperous new year. Catch plenty of fish and earn plenty of money and have a happy life. So I'll see you in a bit, and I'll have my rods and everything ready. I've got set up, baited up with oil black lug and squid, but it weren't pleasant, I'll tell you in a minute. I feel as though I've got to share it with you so you know what some of the animals are like. well, this wind is absolutely bitter. I get very cold fingers, as everybody do, but my finger ends seem to go really cold. So I've got gloves on both hands because I need gloves on both hands. So I'm not being a fanny, and wearing gloves so I don't get stinky fingers with my bait. It's bloody freezing. It's the first time this year, that I've had to wear gloves with my hands getting cold. Wind's a little bit less down there. I'll put me muff on the camera now. That was me deck chair. I'll put my deck chair here. It's not in the sun, but if I put it there, I'll put that rock on it. Yeah, I put my step ladders over the wall in the corner as I normally do, and rod rest. And I started thinking, well, if I stood in something, and someone got caught short, hadn't they? And they've had a crap over the side of the wall. Now, if you were going to have a crap, it would be over the wall once someone saw you. But you think that you'd get a bucket of water, wouldn't you, and swill it down, at least. Or you'd walk along the wall, so you're still under the wall having a dump, wouldn't you? I know that if you've got to go, you've got to go, because if you don't, you know, it can be messy. But why don't people that come fishing at the beach or here, why don't they just come prepared? I'm lucky I've got a van, but I've got a bucket, I've got bags, and I've made a toilet seat, so you aren't using them muscles which really ache and you start sinking down. So yeah, I've come prepared. I'm always prepared, because you never know. And the worst thing you can do is be caught short and can't find anywhere to go, because it can be embarrassing. If you've got a van, it's all well and good, isn't it? You can lock yourself away in that, and when you're finished, you just air the van, don't you? And get rid of your rubbish sensibly and properly. So why would somebody they had to go, but then why didn't they get a bucket of water and just swill it down? I mean, I've had to clean my bottom of my ladder, clean my tripod. When the tide comes in, I don't even know if I've got a bum. I'm going on about it. This should have been rant of the week, but I've calmed down now, so it ain't a rant. I'm sure I'll get up with one, but we'll class this as moan of the week. But why would you do that? I mean, on this riverbank here, we've got a source where we can go fishing. Yeah, you don't catch all the time. The cod come in and go out because there isn't enough of them in the bloody water, because they're overfishing them with the super trawlers. So why don't you just protect what we're allowed to fish? We've got bays which have got line in, there's line up there. You know, see, here I go again. I never talk about rubbish. I don't want my channel to be about, look at me, I'm Sandra D, I'm collecting all this rubbish, aren't I big and brave? I don't want to do that. I just get rid of it. But that excrement all over and one wipe, how he could use one wipe and be clean with one wipe after all that, I don't know. So when I get my bucket of water at the end of my thing, instead of chucking it over my bait board, I shall be chucking it over that crap. And that's all I can do. I might jump over it and get some more water and do it again, but it's absolutely disgusting. And yeah, I'm now starting to rant now, because that is wearing me up now. I am ranting now. And the bloody fishing line, I wouldn't have said anything about that, but that crap has now started me moaning about the bloody fishing line. Down in a bay down there at 20, when I fished bay 19 in the previous video, there's somebody's bloody deck chair just left there. I come out of off these bays onto the track, and whilst I was there fishing, somebody had tipped more rubbish on the track, there's now 3 piles of fly tipping on the track. Why do they do it? Well, those people, they obviously aren't fishermen, are they? But that will get these bays shut down. People crapping, and if the wrong person stands in it and makes a complaint, that'll be this done and all. Especially with the bits of rubbish here and there. It ain't too bad. But when you see that and you then start seeing everything, socks. Who would leave the bloody socks there, for God's sake? Take your bloody socks home and wash them. Can't help having a rant sometimes. Well, I can't anyhow. It's just in me nature. But yeah, there's the river. We're down the bottom now. Look at that. It's like a mill pond again. This is Storm Bella. This is the relevant, the end of Storm Bella apparently. I was watching the news today on BBC and they said Storm Bella was yesterday, but today is the end of Storm Bella. Now there's lots of people in the country that have got flooded where riverbanks have broken the bank, and it's not very nice this time of year, especially with the year we've had, but it don't seem to have affected us so much. And then other times that'll affect us and other people won't get affected, will they? So yeah, look at the water. I'm absolutely amazed that this is in, it was in closer than Bay 28. Can't believe it. It's where I want to fish, over there towards Kilnsea, where those white rocks are. That's where I want to go. I think I need a high tide. But yeah, look at that, absolutely beautiful, isn't it? So what I'll do is I shall watch my rod a little bit and get my other rig down, get that rigged up. As the tide comes in, I shall bring my bucket in so I can fill it. Yeah, what else? Just want some fish now, don't we? Let's not have another blank. Well, we haven't had a blank, have we? So yeah, let's keep this blankless run on the road. Let's see if we can catch some more fish. I've got small hooks on, got size 2 hooks on, so if there's any flounder or dab out there I can pull one in. I've got size 2 hooks on that 1 up 1 down rig, and then when I get up top I shall start using a pulley dropper. Right, well, there's something else for me to have a pop at. I know things don't go right, we've all lost fish and stuff, and these fish have probably been returned and didn't make it, but we got a flounder or a dab there. It just seems strange. It just seems strange. Now, I caught a dab the other week with a no eye. I'm not saying it's the same dab, but we've got a dab there that has been, it's not been dead long. Like a board, look. Yeah, the seagulls have been at it. It's not going to go to waste, is it? It's not going to go to waste because the animals and everything will eat it. But I've just found probably about a 38 centimetre whiting as well. Now, things happen, don't they? Whiting, especially if you're not quick with whiting and good with them, they can die, can't they? So we'll stick this back down there. Let's get it out of the way, because if people who aren't fishermen, who know that some fish don't make it, yeah, it's down there, don't know, then you know, you get frowned upon again as a fisherman, don't you? I mean, I lose fish. I've lost 2 this year. Just no, nearly went then. Just seems strange, doesn't it, that in this bay of bay of muck and fishing tackle. There's also 2 dead fish, but they could have come from anywhere. They could have come from up near the woods and floated down there and ended up there. Fish die, don't they? Fish do die. Some don't make it. I caught one a couple of weeks back with no eye and returned it, but he went back alright. He was swimming around my bucket. I'll start worrying about that now. It was me. But no, fish die, don't they? And especially whiting. So yeah, it's not good, but you know, get rid of them. Get rid of the fish, because other people that don't know about fishing, like I say, they'll just think that fishermen are just chucking them there and leaving them to waste. Shame really, because that whiting, if they'd took it home, that would have made a good meal. Right, now I've been round the bottom of the bay and I've found a bit of line with 2 hooks on, and I found a crappy old weight. Now this will get taken apart and melted down for my lead stocks. Tips of these hooks will get cut off and then binned. So yeah, and don't think I'm being a right meanie with the lad that had to go to the loo. All I'm being a meanie about is the fact that he didn't swill it away with some water. You know, it's the only thing. Every fisherman should have a bucket. If you ain't got a bucket, how can you care for your fish? How can you clean your hands? You know. So yeah, you gotta go, ain't you? But you should always clear away after you, or be prepared with something to go in. Right, let's see what we've got on the hooks. I've only gone and caught my favourite fish. Little blessing. Oh. Come on, my little booty. Yeah. Look at that. 3-bedded rock. Oh, he's gone to sleep. Little 3-bedded rockland. I thought he had a bite, and absolutely fantastic little fish. Look at him. Beautiful little black eyes. They're like beads. But I'll go put him back now. That's the blank saved. So thank God for that. Those fish are fantastic. I've never caught rockland since, well, if you've watched my videos, I caught a rockland when I caught my cod, didn't I? My big cod. And since then I've caught a few rockland, and they're fantastic. Saves a blank. I mean, the amount of videos I used to do where sometimes I'd have 5 videos where I blank, because every fishing session I do, I film. And if I blank, I blank. I still put it up. Yeah, you don't get as many subscribers and stuff, or views, because it's a blank. But I still get good views. And I still do get people subscribe. So that's me. I like to show all my fishing, and I have done since the first day I started this channel up. And I show everything. So I don't go out fishing and blank 5 times and then go on the 6th time and put it up and that's it, you know, fish. So when I catch a fish, it's not a relief, but it's a relief. It's a relief because when you blank, it does get you down. So it's really nice to catch a fish, whether it's a rockland, whiting or whatever. But there haven't been many whiting in there for me. I haven't caught many whiting in there, but that's the blank over, and I'm chuffed to bits. Let's get this rigged up and get it out. What we're doing. Cool. Force of that cast nearly blew me over. Well, just had a coffee and got my bucket, so yeah, let's get the bucket filled with water. Put it here. It's been out a few minutes now. I'm gonna check it. Let's just get this level. That's better. So I'm gonna reel this in and see what's on it. These hand warmers, Zippo hand warmers, once you've That's my old one. I had to buy a new element for it, and since I bought a new element, it works perfect now. Obviously the elements don't last for long. Well, they do last a long while. I've had it years. But 2 of these in your pocket. Put your hands in your pocket's nice and warm, lovely. Perfect for the beach because it's not a lot to carry, you see. And I've got a hot water bottle in the van. My daughter's bought me a small hot water bottle for Crimbo, and it's got a knitted cover around it, so I can put that in this pocket as well. But let's get this rod reeled in. Let's get this rod reeled in, see what's on it. People keep coming past as I'm talking, and I ain't too bothered about it now. I still am a bit bothered about it, but I'm getting better. I'm certainly getting better. See how quick that was, eh? If I was match fishing, did you see what I did? I brought it in, changed the rig, new rig on, bang, ready to cast it out straight away. Don't lose any time. Apart from me talking to you now on this camera, but did you see I was like grease lightning? Even with a hip like mine. Bloody hip's gone now. It's a lot better down there with my chair, because I actually do sit down occasionally, you know, but right. Well, I don't know how much of this you're going to see. I'm not taking the old bait off. Still got scent on it. There's loads of people here now. There's even people here now fishing on the bank. On the bank the other side, and putting the rod right high up in the air. because they haven't got a bay to fish. So Christmas, isn't it? Right, get this weed off there. Bit of squid. Only got small hooks on there, so small baits. And that's it. So it's black lug and squid, tip with squid, and that's it. That's the 2-hook flapper rig, size 2 hooks. Tide's coming in. Tide is coming in, as you can see. It's nearly up to the front, look. Got about 1.5 meters to go. So yeah. Bloody hell, it's hooked it properly as well. Nice little dab. What a corker. What a booty, look at that. Lovely dab. Let's get him in the bucket of water, look at that. That's a good sized dab, that is. That must be 25 centimetres. Absolute cracker. Short cast, you see. That was a short cast. Short cast out and I catch a nice sized dab, so there you go. I was just saying about casting over, weren't it? And I aren't moaning about Sea Angling Adventures because it's a fantastic channel. I like Andy Webb, The only problem I've got is that they don't put enough videos out. But you don't go around, do you, saying about quality and production and then put a video out that's no good. Well, it is good if you like carp fishing, but the focusing isn't great. And then have a slight pop at people like me who just go out and film the session. But we've caught a dab. For God's sake, I don't want you to think I'm a moaning old git. Well, he's a lively little bugger. Let's just check his filming. Yep, there we go. So there's the last show of the dab. It's a good sized dab, breathing well. He's just been doing acrobatics in the bucket. So let's get him returned to fight another day. Right, we'll get this baited up. Back the drag off. Once the drag's backed off, you can walk it up. And make sure you take all your stuff with you, because in the last session I forgot to take them, or I think I have, I can't see it in the van, my little forceps for my dab. So I've got a slightly bigger pair today, but we'll see how we get on with them. But I should be off to Boys tomorrow to get another one. Right, I'm all on slippery stuff here. finger's cold. My Achilles hurts. But life's good, isn't it? Because we're fishing. Right. Now then. Let me stick this. Hopefully. Oh no, I moved it. Right. Well, sorry for it being bumpy, but I'm climbing over. I don't think you'll see me on that. Now. I'm going to rinse my ladder in the Humber, because you know what we talked about before. I want to make sure they're clean. I should be 2 seconds. And that tilt forward. And that'll tilt forward. Now you got the wall there, haven't you? Now, it'll be 2 seconds. Where I had them. Right. That them. Right, I've washed the feet of my ladder now. Swilling them about in the Humber. And before I get them tonight, I'll wipe the bottoms with a wipe. Dirty buggers. Well, whew. Hey, has that got it ill? I think so, hasn't it? Yeah. Well, we're up top. On the rod that's in the rod rest is a full squid on a pulley panel. Now, last session my pulley panels were like 5 foot long, and I've chopped them. They aren't very long now, they're only short, but we'll give them a go. If they're no good, we'll go on to the pulley dropper. Let's get this rod back in the rest. Now my rod butts are in a puddle. I haven't really thought that out properly, have I? I don't want the rod rest too close to the van. I feel like it all gets a bit on top of everything, so I've swapped the van around. The van was on that side, but the wind's changed since I've been here. It's now blowing this way, which is I've got the van here to protect it a bit, but it's certainly windy. But I'm hoping that the filter sock that's on the GoPro is doing its job. Hey, dude. So I have purchased a rod from Go Outdoors, and I now wish I'd got it from Jerry's, like I always, well, I get some rods from Jerry's, some from Fields, and some from Glasgow Angling Centre. But the one from Go Outdoors ain't come here yet. I've got a email saying that I've purchased it and it'll be with me within 10 days. Well, that was way before Christmas and it's still not here, so I'm assuming they've already sold the bloody rod, and I aren't going to get it. And we've emailed them twice. See, look how professional I am, eh? Look how professional I am when someone goes past, eh? Anyhow, I amaze myself sometimes. So I've got an email saying that I've got it. I'm waiting delivery, but it's not turned up. It's only a low-range Daiwa rod, D-Wave. Looked at them and they got quite a large tip eye on the rod, and I just figured it'd be a good rod to take over so I could get these set up there. That ain't come yet. Hope it does come. I would just like to have quite a stiff rod, not stiff, but a firmish rod, if that's such a word, with large eyes, because like nobody ever makes them anymore, do they? They all got to have tiny little eyes, sort of like as though we're fishing in a river or a pond, you know. So what's all that about? We've got great lumps of seaweed out there. Because these rods are a little bit floppy, but I do like them. I've got to like them. I'm always using them, aren't I? Because I'm always coming here. I'm absolutely dying to use my Leader Icon rods. And one thing about Leader Icon rods, the first one that come out, let's call it the Mark 1, yeah, the eyes weren't very good. If you dropped it, they broke, but no different to this rod. The second rod, the Power Elite, they were called Elites, Mark 2s, yeah, they had a glass tip, and very good rod. Yeah, food broke, but Fields told me if they're going to break, they'll break within the first couple of casts. So they're a good rod, and they come with Fuji guides. Well, I don't hear anyone moaning about Fuji guides, so I think that Leader have ironed out the problem with the eyes now. And the Mark 3 rod, the Power, it's just called the Leader Icon Power. Mark 3, if you want to call it that. They come with different eyes as well, but I haven't had a problem with any of them. I'm just really looking forward to using it. I bought some Pen Fathoms 12s magged for beach work around here because they're in rough beaches, and I'm looking forward to using them as well. I don't think that's a fish because it's tapping on both. Could be a fish on both, couldn't it? Yeah, so I'm looking forward to using my Leader Icon rods. I only use them for the beach because, yet again, even though they're fantastic rods, the tip eye isn't all that large. It's bigger than a Continental rod, but not all that large, and it's alright. Stop reeling in to clear the eye on a beach, but it's no good here. Otherwise I'd be using them here as well, you know. Some of the fiberglass rods that I've got, they'll probably be good for this beach, for this river, because they've got large eyes, and I don't think I'll have any problems with them. Now, I'm sure there's people that are shouting at me saying I have rods with small eyes, I don't get snagged, but I do. And it's just what I want. I want rods with big eyes so that I don't have any problems. I'd rather pick the weed off the reel than from the tip-eye, because at least you can get your gear in. It's the first time I've fished the river during daylight hours, really. You know, the main part of the fishing. The time it gets dark, it'll be high tide an hour. Probably fish 3 hours into the dark, so. I've had a Rockland and a dive, that's all. Have there been any cod about just lately? Did you? What are you using? Blacks and squid, or? Yeah? Couldn't hear of any. There's nothing on Facebook, not on Facebook, is there? So I just figured it's there.
Look at it up here, that's 6 stars there with one way.
Yeah.
Then one stop at the bottom. Oh, you do, right.
Well, I got here at 10:30.
Yeah.
And it probably does my head in because you have to get here so early and the day's gone. And if you went to the beach, you could rock up whenever you want. And
That's it. You totally
yeah. But no, I've had 2 cod in this up to now. It's quite the largest one for me, but nothing really. Yeah, I was fishing 19 on Sunday, and all I got then was grinders down to Rockland. But it's fishing.
You need a big tide for that, then.
Yeah, I think it was
a real big one.
Yeah.
Anything more than 5 and 6, 8, that. Anything below 6, 8, you got to do so.
Yeah. Are you fishing down there then?
Nah, I've only put the sea today. I'm coming back tonight.
Yeah.
Well, there was only one of the boats down in the woods last night. And there was that storm on there.
Yeah. And you've got them probably in there. There are boats down in the woods you fish because they keep saying about 2 pipes. Can you actually see 2 pipes going out there?
What you do is you follow this down.
Yeah.
You go past the other cross, just round that corner.
Yeah, yeah.
And you keep going, it's like a bit of waste down.
Yeah, right.
You can like straight on the ground, you keep going waste down, you go a bit of waste down. You can't waste down, you keep going down. And you still pull it where everyone can mark it.
Right.
Like water waste,
Yeah.
Part there, there's a pipeline that goes down. And then they walk out alongside it on the rock.
Right, so you literally fish opposite that, where it goes anywhere down there. So it's not before that bit you go through the woods, it's where that bit is.
Anywhere up to 8:30.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
Anywhere from that wasteland basically, that way. Right. Everyone has their own little bits, do you know what I mean? Or, right, I walk from the across, and that's just like, well, right, I know I can do it all down. But if you don't get the foot down there, you run it out. You're like, man. Hard to get this one.
Was it?
Yeah, well, yeah.
I did think about coming at night time, but that fucked you next day.
I see the bottom there, I had to go to it.
Yeah, I did when I was young.
I don't exercise.
Yeah.
But I'll put the power stakes out and I'll get on. I'll put it back.
It comes on.
Actually, you can't be put it now. Play it that way.
You're alive.
Yeah.
If you're at the fish box eye, no shit. I've never done out there. I've never piled the beach up now with sand. It's really clean beach now.
Yeah, any place I go down there, it's sea.
Yeah. You don't even
You
do that
fish
off.
that in the summer.
Huh?
You fish that in
Yeah. No? What, because it's so busy? No? You never seem to get quite moved out up there. Yeah. I seem to have more luck going on for the old escapes. Huntsville and places like that. Yeah.
Last year I went there a lot. Anyway, it takes me roughly an hour if I can get in. It takes me an hour and a half to get to
Yeah. Tell me about it. It's ridiculous. It used to take me an hour and a quarter to get to Hornsey. But not anymore. I mean, when you go through Hull now, it's 40 miles an hour. Oh, you can just... Yeah. I don't know if it's still 40 or whether it is. As soon as you get out of Hull, there's two bits that you can do 60 on when you head to Easington to turn up to get to Humber and that, and it does your head in, doesn't it? But it's a good place to go and fish, but it just takes so long. But yeah, someone's took a crap over the wall over there. I know if you need to go, you've got to go, but you think you'd get rid of it, wouldn't you? Yeah, that's it. That fishing on that corner there, I've fished on there and got snagged every time. Is it? I think he's just turned up in that silver van. He's just turned up and jumped over, I think. Yeah. Well, where that car is behind the van, that's where I fished from and got snagged every time. Yeah. Well, yeah, good luck for tonight. Check the old white ball spot. Look at some in now. Yeah, they're coming. Well, there you go. If you heard that, I hope Tom leaves that in. You must have heard that. He pulled out some cod. He was fishing here last night at the woods and pulled out 5 cod, did he say, or whatever? I don't know. Just 1 cod's enough. So they're still about. So if they're still about, it's still worth coming down there. People just aren't shouting about it now, because it's like wappy down there. Look, if I can just show you this. Look, you got cars parked on the grass there. I mean, they're all parked on the grass, and there's about 6 cars, so he said, in one bay. I mean, ain't got a lot of room to fish, have they? I feel quite well off in this bay. Need to put my hat on because I got grit lugs. I'll get earache. Getting old. So yeah, there's cod about. So that's the main thing. The time you see this, it'll be probably February. So the cod will be gone by then. And so we get some. I don't bother how big they are, as long as they're, you know, 6 inch would be nice. 2 inch would be nice. And then the cod are taking anything, absolutely anything. Well, it proves that because I caught a cod on a prawn and then caught one on black lug and squid. That's a bite, isn't it? Well, it might be the wind, but Might be the wind, but this is one I cast out down there, so let's reel it in and see what's on it. Yeah, we've got a fish on. Look at that! Not target species, but it's a species. Take the weights off now as well. Right, we'll get this cast out. I don't know what fish that is. I don't know if it's a dab or a flounder, but it's a nice sized fish, and that's now free, isn't it? So it's deep hooked. I've got to use my new forceps. That's the only worry. Right, I'm gonna get this unhooked and then I'll give you a show. Well, got the hook out, cut out first time at the first gill I went in, so all alright, but when I pulled the line back out, when I pushed the hook out to pull the line out, there was a restriction. So all I ever do is I just cut my hook off and then pull it back and pull it back, because you could go round the gill. I don't think I did, but you could go round the gill, and when you yank the line out, this will just cut through its gill, won't it, and it'll bleed to death. So I get my scissors, cut the hook off, pull it through that way, and then pull it back out of its mouth. So yeah, just got a shorter bit on now, isn't it? Don't matter. Might tile the flappers from now on with power gum so that I can adjust it up and down for the snoods. But yeah, so it's a flounder. So we've got rockland, a dab and a flounder. So brilliant. Let's just, there's still cod out there. That's the thing. Talking to that chap there, he's told me there's cod out there. So they've only got to swim past. The only thing is, they're not out there like dabs and flounders. They're, I believe cod are a shoaling fish. You'd think they'd be coming past all the time, wouldn't you? But they aren't, because they're few and far between. I'll get this baited up. And I'm going to have to chuck the flounder. I'm going to have to go over the wall and chuck it over, because it's not in far enough yet. We'll leave him in that bucket for a bit to recover. Water will come in a bit further then as well. I've still got to jump over to put him back. But I'm going to get another rig out. At least I saw the bite on that rod. I'm quite chuffed with that. It's not that windy, it's bouncing the rods about. So, free fish. Not a blank again, is it? I'm doing quite well just lately. Right. Shall we try a different rig? Shall we try a dropper? Right. I'm going to bait this pulley dropper up, and then I shall be back in a bit. That water's cold. How they live in that, I don't know. Anyhow, here she is. One nice fat flounder. So, I don't know, what, 25 centimetres, something like that. I don't need to weigh measure her. But yeah, we're now going to go put her back, so remember, don't fall off. Where's that looking? Right. Two. One release. So that's gone. That's gone back in. When the water comes up a bit more, just be able to chuck it from the top. I could have chucked that one, but I didn't want to. It was quite a big fish. So yeah, it's all looking good, isn't it? Bloody hands are frozen. I've got a pulley dropper baited up with squid, which is got bait elastic on this one. Inona or Ivona, whatever it is. Inova. Bait elastic, so I've got a proper bait elastic this time. You're far better off buying better bait elastic. You got something with a bit of stretch in it, haven't you? That other stuff I've got, they've pre-stretched it to get as much of it as you can, so there's very little stretch left in it. So I'm going to warm my hands up. The moon's out. I'm going to warm my hands up, and then what I'm going to do is, could that be a bite on the far rod, or could that be just the wind? So now I'm going to set the camera up out here. I'm going to have a coffee, put the radio on, and keep the eye on that rod, and then the far rod will be the next one I bring in, unless there's a bite on the other rod. We're doing great, mate. We're doing great, mate. It's the name of the camera. What I'm saying is we're doing really good. We caught 3 fish. I mean, all the times I've been here and it's not fished, obviously this is the best time for it. Thing is, it is nice coming here during the summertime when you've been on the beaches and stuff and you're doing lots of travelling. It's just nice to come here, which it don't take long to get here. It's just nice to come here and just do a spot of fishing, even if you're going to blank. It's just nice because fishing isn't all about I'm going to have a blank soon anyhow, because I'm not getting so excited about catching fish because I've caught so many now. I think I need a blank. Be nice to catch another cod and then have a blank. So it's cod today then. But yeah, it weren't so busy here first thing. Normally when I turn up 5.5 hours before high, all these bays are full, and there was only 2 bays that were took up, so I got in 27. So the other day I got here and it was whatever it was, 6 hours or whatever, 6.5 hours before high, and all these bays were all full. So it all depends on what people are doing what into it, whether they're at work or, but they should be on holiday now, shouldn't they, in between Christmas? So yeah, weren't so busy when I first got here, but it is rammed now. There's 6 in one bay. They're parking on the verge and fishing over the side, and then when they can't fish down the bottom, they come up, they put the tripod on the grass, so you've got the grass, then you got the road, and they just put the rod really high up in the air so that cars can drive underneath your fishing rod. But that's what you have to do if you want to catch the cod. I was beginning to worry. I was beginning to think that they'd gone. That's what my issue was. Thought they'd gone on holiday, but there's 2 people now that I've spoken to that have caught codling, if they're telling you the truth. And you can only take it for face value, can't you? So they are still catching codling here, but they aren't posting it. So that gives me a little bit of hope that I'm still in the right place to pull another one out. Anyway, I shall be back in a bit. There's something on this, isn't there? Would you believe that I ain't pulled in the other line, have I? Nice little dab. He's white underneath this one, but yeah, you can see that, can't you? See if it's recording. Yeah. So yeah, little dab. Look, let's get him back straight away. Yeah, what's happened to me? It's like catching fish now has become the norm, and I aren't getting excited. Well, I am getting excited, but I think I need to have a few sessions of blanking, don't I? But I don't want that to happen, so I'm just going to enjoy the fact that I'm catching fish. That's 4 now. 4. 2 dabs, I think. Yeah, 2 dabs. Flounder and a rottling. So it's all good. Chinook. Now, air sea rescue or go into one of the rigs. Right, so I've got a pot noodle now. I've just had a tin of spaghetti bolognese, Heinz spaghetti bolognese. And now I've got Lidl's pot noodle. I've tried many different varieties of spaghetti bolognese from different supermarkets, cheap brands. Cheap ones are alright until you get a gob full of fat, and then you go off it. So I buy that variety now, and Lidl's is fine. I just put the sachet in that you get, and I put a few drops of soy sauce in it. So we've got 4 fish. None of them are a codling, which is what we're after. We are after a codling. That's what this is all about. But there, what do you do? Don't forget to go check out Danny Shaw's fishing. Danny Shaw Fishing, yeah. Good channel. Go check him out. If you like him, subscribe to him, please. Any of my subscribers, or if anybody watches this and think this is rubbish, we'll pop along to Danny and see what you think of Danny. But if you think this is rubbish, subscribe anyhow. It's free. It's not going to kill you. Yeah, go check out Angle and Passion as well. That's another good channel. He's a nice lad. He's a young lad, but he's a nice lad. He does good video. Fishes around the Midway, down in Kent way, I believe it is. So same place as Danny. So yeah, go check his channel out. He's a nice lad. He always answers back. He's surprised. Yeah, I ain't bothered about people walking about now. Soon I'll be a pro at this. Now then, I've told you about before in a couple of videos. I've mentioned a website that you can go on called Case to Tackle. This is Case to Tackle. Sent me a card. The owner is called Mick. It's a very nice bloke. Very nice. We're gonna hopefully link up and go fishing soon as can sort a time out when I can go, and then I'll contact him and whatever, and I can just tag along. So it was nice. He asked me last week to go, but I was working, you see, that's the problem. But yeah, he runs a business selling fishing tackle called Case to Tackle, and he's a very nice chap, and he sent me along some samples for me to have a look and use, which was very kind, Mick. Thank you very much. So I'm now going to unopen it. So we'll pretend I've cut the box, because I got a bit excited when it turned up, so I opened it. But this is how it come, and these are the weights. They are a little bit hard to find on the website. You have to put in grip leads or Gemini. There's a search bar. If you put in what you want, it'll come up really easy. But this is what I got sent. These are Geminis. These ones are actually, these are the top range Gemini, I think. And I've bought a Gemini mold weight kit, but it's the £20 version, which is just the normal weights like this. So I can produce weights like this. But look at this. He makes all the molds himself. And then we've got some molds here. And there. Case to tackle. Go along to his website. He does a lot of boot fishing stuff as well as surf fishing. If there's something you can't see on there, give him a ring, and if you want to have 10 or 20 weights to buy, you know, I'm sure if they haven't got them, they'll make them for you, because he also sells lot. And I hope I'm saying the right thing there, Mick, but you did say when I was talking to you that sometimes people phone up and ask, can you make X amount of weights? These weights are fantastic, and I appreciate this very much, Mick. Thank you very much for what you've sent me. Nobody's done that to me before. You know, someone out of the blue phones up, have a chat. We must have had a chat for about 40 minutes, and then you sent me some weights. Thank you very much. I'm not sponsored by Mick at all. He's just a person that talks to me, and we get on, and I fish the same marks as what Mick does, and he just wanted to help me out. And like Mick said, you don't get anything in this game if you don't ask. So you know, if you don't ask, you don't know, do you? So thank you very much, Mick, for these weights. And to everybody else, Mick has got a very professional website, because obviously it's his business, so it's very professional. And go along to his website and have a look, sit and see what he's got. Like I say, there's a lot of boat fishing, jig heads and stuff like that I don't use. Does surf fishing stuff. But go have a look, and if it's something you can't find, type it in the search bar at the top and it'll come up. And if you still can't find something, I guess give him a ring. And see when he's going to make some, or if he's going to make them, you know. I'm sure he will. So I hope I'm saying the right thing there. You know me, I waffle on, but thank you very much, Mick, for what you sent me. To all my subscribers, it's up to you, isn't it? It's I'm not promoting or anything. I'm just trying to help someone out. He's helped me out. I'm just putting his tackle shop out there, Case to Tackle. Tom will put something up in the description, and there'll be a link below. Go check it out. If there's something there you like, buy it. I mean, it's no different to any other website. I never knew Case to Tackle existed. That's the thing. So if I'd known it existed, I'd have bought some weights. But thank you very much, Mick, for what you've done. I appreciate it very much. It's very kind. And to everyone else, go check the website out. If you like, purchase. If you don't, purchase. No, I don't know. Go check him out. It's a good website, and something else to look at, isn't it? And you might see something you like and think, "Cool, I'll have that." So, anyhow, I'll see you in a bit. Yeah, well, tide's come in now. It's at the back wall, as I say. I'm holding bottom, which is good. I've got one out short, one out long. This is my razor. Now look at all that goo that's come out. I don't want too much to come out, do you? You want it to come out in the water. And squid heads. I just put all the squid heads on the bait needle, put it beside that, and elasticated it on. So, if there's a cod out there, let's see if there's a cod out there. Never caught any on razor clam, but you know, you never know. So yeah, anyhow, I'll bring you back. I won't bring you back, because that's fish hunter saying, isn't it? And we can't steal sayings, can we? So I'll be back in a bit. Fish on here. I've got a fish on here. Look at that, lovely little dab. Oh, it's perfectly hooked as well. Need my towel. That lovely dab. Got a poor little tiny hole in her head. But it'll be right, her eyes are alright. Let's put her in the bucket. It'll be cold getting her out. So, right. So, we got another dab. So, we missed the bite on one, but we just caught a dab on that one. Now I'm now going to put my pulley dropper on. We're going to be fishing 2 big baits now. That one's there. I'll chuck it out over there. Where's my lines? One last shout. Here we go, look. One flat, one little I'm gonna put her back now. Now we've got 2 baits out at the minute. They're both pulley droppers, which work. They're both got, one's got prawn, one's got razor clam, and so the razor clam is with squid, and the prawn is with razor clam. So if they don't like the razor clam, they'll go for the prawn, won't they? And if they don't like the prawn, they'll go for the squid, hopefully. So trying to cover everything here. I've got a problem now. The lines have crossed over, but when you put your fingers on the line, you can feel it go like that. It's like someone's tapping it. Never felt that before. I've had some movement on this rod, but nothing that would say I've got a fish on it. It's heavy. There's something on it. Could be plastic, lard. Right, so there was a bit of plastic on it, I think. Here. Right, we're still fishing. There might be some crabs out there. Now the razor clam, you can't leave that out there as long as you can the prawn. The prawn was still intact. We're still fishing really well. This is a softer bait. So short cast out. I shall use a razor clam again with the squid heads because it gets rid of the squid heads. And short cast out, and don't leave it as long as the prawn. But the prawn and razor clam, that was alright. You saw that, that was still intact. So another lesson learnt there. Yeah, there's some more weed up top. Well, thanks to all my subscribers, and if you like these videos, and or there's one you like and you just keep coming back to have a look at it again, you think, well, he's getting better, yeah, please subscribe. And if you do subscribe, if you like it, ring the bell for notification, leave a comment and share my videos. That'll be much appreciated. Thank you very much. And don't forget to check out Danny Shore Fishing, and don't forget to check out Angling Passion. Somerset Beach Fishing Tony, check him out as well, he does a good video. And don't forget my old mate Scott Senior, Hardcore Fisherman. he needs some support. Let him keep getting more subscribers. What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm saying thank you to all. I'm now going to go, but I ain't going. I've got a rod still out, ain't I? Could have a cod on it. I'll be back in a minute. Right, let's reel this rod in. See, I told you I'm coming back, didn't I? That was a bit of a slip at the time. I was getting carried away, weren't I? So, let's get this one reeled in. It's the last rod. It's the last rod of the session. I could jump over, but I'm not going to. I should jump over because fishing it down is quite productive, apparently. But it seems to have stopped at the minute. Well, nothing on that. Well, now this rod, it knocked and it moved backwards like that. So I don't know what that was. Must have just been the tide. No fish in there. I shall check again. Well, get this down. Well, it's been a great session. I've enjoyed this session. For some reason, some sessions come out better than others, don't they? But yeah, I've enjoyed this. I'm going to have to check the times and see when I can come back. Now I know there's still cod here. It's still worthwhile me coming here. I will not catch any cod off Lincolnshire beaches, I don't think. Might get the odd one. And it might be the odd one between everybody that's fishing that day on the coast. So, I've got another pulley rig out there. Oh, it's there. Right. So this goes here. So yeah. If there's some nice weather come. If there's some nice weather come, then I shall probably try and fit in, if the tide is right, a beach session. Just to give you lot something different to watch. But there's plenty of other videos with people on the beach, isn't there? There's not many of the Humber, is there? So, like I say, we're in this lurgy time, aren't we? We have to travel to our closest place, and this is it. So I am obeying the law, really. I am going to the closest place I can. I am allowed to go fishing, so I come here. And even though the catch reports have gone down, there is still codling being caught here, so it would have pitted off a bit by the time you see this video, but I'm going to keep giving it a shot. I keep catching when I come here, that's the main thing. So I'm coming out, it's a lovely night, I'm catching fish, and I'm in for a chance at codling, aren't I? So now I've done some good baits tonight, some good big baits. I do struggle sometimes with big baits because I do like single hooks, and my big codlin was caught on a single hook with a bit of prawn. So they're only got to be about and hungry, and they'll take whatever bait is there. That chap that I was just speaking to said that they'll eat anything, catch them on anything. So you don't need fresh black lug and this, that and the other. If they're there hungry, they'll take it, won't they? So I'm in for a shot every time I come to the Humber for a codlin. This is codlin season here as well. I thought it had pitted off, I thought it had gone, but that's 2 people now that told me they've caught codlin. You got to believe them, you know. There's too much stuff to be down upon in life, isn't there? Not to then not believe somebody that tells you something. So I'm all ready for coming again. Now I think the chap down in the next bay has just gone over the side. I took the rigs off now. And for once I'll get them early and I'll be able to do some work tonight on this paperwork rubbish and get myself ahead, so I might be able to go fishing Wednesday. Sunday today, yeah. So yeah, so thanks for watching. If you like it, subscribe, ring a bell, share the videos, leave a comment. Thank you very much. It's all much appreciated, whatever you do for me. It's fantastic, and I'll see you in the next one, because it's finished now. I'm going because I'll just keep rabbling on. So I'll see you later. Verns.